be doing a tutorial on how I did this half galaxy face, so if you want to see how I got this look, then just keep watching. So I'm going to be using an airbrush for my base, but you can use whatever you have to hand, face paints or eyeshadows, whatever you want to use. I'm basically just starting with a base of purple, and I'm popping that just in the general half of the galaxy side. Then I'm mixing blue and black to get a nice dark navy, and I'm going around kind of the edges of that shape or that half and bringing it down the neck as well, just to layer it up and darken the purple and bring in some of that really dark like indigo navy. So then I'm taking this sparkly kind of gunmetal shadow from Kiko, and I'm going in under and around the eye area where I couldn't get the airbrush to be quite as even as I wanted. But this was a bit of a mistake, and I used the wrong brush to begin with. I was using one that was kind of harsh and spiky, and it made lots of streaks and didn't mix well with the airbrush makeup. So I did actually switch brushes right here just to a softer, more fluffier one to really buff that in. But if I was to do this over again, I would have used a cream, because I was just winging this. When I recorded this, I just made it up as I went along. So yeah, I'd probably go in with like a cream and something that I could blend in really well. So basically I just try to blend it in as good as I can. So then I switched to like a large shadow brush to really get into the eye area and pack on that colour. And then I switched back to my airbrush with some dark purpley and navy shades to try and blend over that and blend it in with the rest of the colours as best I could. And then I went back to that large shadow brush and the eyeshadow just to cover my ear, because at this stage I had my hair up, so I wanted the ear to be done as well. So I just covered that in that sparkly gunmetal shadow. And then I just went in with the straight blue. I decided that it was a little bit too purpley and pinky and needed some more blue in it. And I did actually mix in a little bit of white, I think, as well, to get it more of a bright blue. Then I just took a black kohl eyeliner and I lined my waterlines of the galaxy side. So then for the stars, I started with the NYX white eyeshadow base and kind of a larger lip brush, but they were coming out too kind of big and splodgy and brush-like. So I switched over to the white Stargazer neon colour paint because that was more watery and I could try to flick it on with the brush. I tried tapping it at first, but they were coming out too paint-like, so I decided just to flick the bristles just to get the really small little dots. So I basically just did that all over the galaxy area. And then to add some more predominant ones, I took a very tapered thin brush that I could just dot on the same white product, the Stargazer Neon in white, and just dotted them all around where I wanted them. And then I decided to try and add some pigment. So this is the Inglot Stardust in shade 112. It's kind of a purpley duochrome. So I just took that and dotted it over some of those larger white stars. And I really like the effect of them. It just made them stand out that bit more because it caught the light. They have a nice shimmer to them. And then I did also add a little bit up at the top with my larger shader brush and just blended that in. It just kind of gave a purpley sheeny look. And then I decided to add a little bit of glitter using some glitter glue and that same little detail brush, and just kind of dotted that around and sprinkled some over the cheek. And then here I actually added a little bit too much and then tried to blend it in but rubbed away my product. So I had to go over it with more eyeshadow and trying to blend that in even more. So yeah, I really was just winging it and making mistakes along the way. And then I just took my a face wipe across my finger and cleaned up the edge so I can get a nice sharp edge between the Galaxy and the normal makeup. And then moving on to the normal makeup, I took the L'Oreal True Match foundation on a flat foundation brush, which I normally don't use. I like to use a buffing style brush, but this was easier to get around the edges and to keep it nice and clean. So as you can see, I'm just trying to be careful along that line. And then I set that in place with an e.l.f. pressed powder, and I chose a tulip shaped face brush again so I could get a little bit more detailed. It'll be a little bit more careful around the edges. And then for a little bit of bronzer, to give a little bit of dimension to that side of the face, I'm using Rimmel's Natural Bronzer in Sun Bronze, an oldie but a goodie. And then I'm using a nice cool toned pink blush. This is from a La Femme palette. As a blush, I'll have a list of all the products I use on my blog, which will be linked down below. Then for the eyes, I'm taking this very light pink Stargazer pencil, and that's going into my lower waterline. And then I'm taking this purple pencil from Urban Decay, and that's going along both my top and bottom lash lines. And I'm just using a Q-tip to smudge those out. And then I was just going to go straight in with a liquid liner, but I decided to add some shadow or some colour using some blush. So I just added a light pink across the lid, and then kind of a light purple lilac shade under the eye and into the crease as well. And then I added some more of that purple liner across the top and smudged that out again with the eyeshadow this time. Then I just did some winged liner with a liquid liner from Essence. And next I filled in my brows using the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in the shade Espresso. And then again I decided to add some more pigment, again using the Too Faced glitter glue. This is the Stardust in 111 from Inglot, and just pop that into my inner corner. And while I had it, I decided to add a little bit of that around on the Galaxy side. Then I'm just curling my lashes and applying mascara to prep them for falsies. And I'm applying a lash just to the normal side. It's just a very natural lash. I'm not sure of the name or number of them. Just a natural fluttery lash. And then for a highlight, I went into the Anastasia Moonchild palette and used Pink Heart, the pink shade one, and just popped that on the top of the cheekbone. And then once again going back in with my glitter glue, and I'm using that to line the separation line, and going in with that first pigment we used, which was the 112 from Inglot, and just going over that glitter glue along the line. It just gives a nice kind of magical galaxy looking colour to the division. And then I just use that eyeshadow to touch up the Galaxy side where it meets that line. And once I've done that, I'm done. So that is the finished look, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I was genuinely just winging it as I went along and just made it up. But I hope you enjoyed nonetheless. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up. That would help me out a lot. And also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and if you'd like to. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye!